Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to look at something that the Reddit community wanted to actually know. And well, I don't know. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe, spread, share, I don't know, do all those things. But also leave a comment of what we should do next, cause this was something that I kind of developed a bit on my own. Well, actually I did develop on my own. But it was something that I was just like, cool, it came from a weird machine I was designing, and we might see it, but maybe, possibly, I don't know. But what we have in front of us is two basically Panzer II. Now you could probably notice some small difference like the um, mantlets being completely different. They both carry the exact same 130mm cannon. The viewport is much more higher on the left side than the right side. Now, which one is what's the difference? And well, what is the video about? Well, you click on this video, you already know what it's about, and what this is about is a stabilizer. How to make vertical stabilizers with no mods and like without modding and stuff like that, without changing the scripts. This is a way you can change your overall like how just do something without without just needing to like go to modding. And like I kind of did with the armor. The armor on these vehicles are like over 500 millimeters on the lower plates and the turret. And I like to call it the composite armor. And I did have a video on that. Links on there. Hopefully, remember to put the links down below for this for that video if you guys want to check it out. Again, it's not modded. It was something that I just say, hey, I can make like composite armor. I can make this thing very. I can put some good armor on here without actually taking a lot of space up. So that was that. But we're here for a different reason. So on the right is a Blitzkrieg Panzer II. It's basically just normal, nothing really special about it. Now on the left, it's a Blitzkrieg Panzer II E1. E being experimental for this series. And what is so experimental about this? About the left one? Well, it's the one with the vertical stabilizer. And if we go into show or show um you oops B. So this is of course the vehicle, and I did bring another cute little vehicle of mine, because he kind of has the same like idea of a vertical stabilizer with his cute little guns, literally the exact same way I put on this other Blitzkrieg. I want to switch him or to this one. So yeah, with like this, something similar to this, that would just put her to the side and then just Kitty did say gun coming out from the thing. Don't think weird. So yeah, it's basically just sticking a turret on the side of her on the hole. But it's a bit more, and it's more complicated because this one has a cutout compared to that other one, which doesn't have a cutout. And well, we're gonna see like the first before we get into how to make one. We're gonna see like some benefits of having one and to what not having one. So what we have, of course, we're gonna take the normal one. We're just going to drive it. There are so far I learned is that there's one benefit and then one disadvantage. So one of the things that as you can see, it's quite hard having your cursor over the your own circle, like your own aim. There we have right there, But once we get on more bumping terrain, we're gonna have a hard time having this gun just lay on that site because of course it's not stabilized, and the speed about the gun's like about like 5 degrees per in 12 seconds. So I don't know, probably faster. So that's, of course, the downfall of not having a stabilizer. Now, the advantage so far, at least I learned, is that your reloading is much better. But this vehicle has a reloading speed of 11 seconds. Mainly because we don't have, I don't know, advanced loading systems. It should take like 7, but it's 11 seconds, and yeah. Don't know if I installed that number because it's kind of slightly blind. Let's just place it here. Shit again. 11.1, 11 point something, so it's not really too terrible. Now, you gotta remember this is a Cold War, post-World, late war, so it's not exactly technically a Cold War or, modern vehicle, unfortunately, status. But yeah, with 11 point, something like 11 seconds of reloading, it's good enough. Now, okay, little one, I don't really need you. Cute little bowling tank. Do something with yourself. Go have fun. With the one with the vertical stabilizer, you can just see how you can see how fast the gun moves up and down. I believe it has like more than, I want to say almost like more than 20 degrees, point 10, point 10, which is quite fast, and allow this gun to lay faster than, and of course, this is have an easier time just trying to um, keep up with the gun stabilizer. So you can see how much more it's just laying on that. It's much more accurate to where it's need to fire, which is always nice to know, and just much faster to actually just respond and actually keep up to the area. Of course, it's not really the most best of all because this is something that I recently just wanted to work on, and well, it's almost like you can basically almost replicate the size of a Sherman on stabilizers, because if it goes slower about like 20 kilometers, the stabilizer is way good. It's much better. That's a weird kitty. Now, of course, one of the big the disadvantage of this vehicle is how slow the actual ammunition is. So that vehicle had about like 11-second loading, about 15.5 seconds. Not really too much, but you can feel the difference. Like, I feel like if anything, I feel I would be able to shoot right now, but I can't because still loading. Which is you'll understand why, because let's just say shells are going through multiple sections and they don't really like they're just being like thrown around in the vehicle, which is fun. So we're gonna of course show how this works, and if anyone from Reddit actually know, or people who came from Reddit, you probably saw the video of the stabilizer video where I just basically went full speed, shot the enemy, and it took I think like 4 shots. I don't see him, but he is probably somewhere. We have one enemy. Okay, he's not there. Cool. Okay, cool. Strike tractor does not want to come out to play. Okay, let's just use our bowling thing for an example then. So let's just go into cruising speed of. Well, let's go to like a cruising speed of just. So as you can see, like when we're going slow, the gun is much more accurate where it's going to go. Oh, I hit the strike off. I had to put the gun higher. But going slower does make this gun actually much more accurate. And of course, at the moment, our transmission is sad and doesn't understand what its life is, and we don't really we want to know what's wrong with it. So again, you can take the advantage of fire on the move, which I absolutely love. And fire, send it, and hits. Reload it. Loader! Oh, the stupid piece of crap ammunition. Gunner, send it. Okay, well, that thing is survivable for some reason. Takes two freaking, what do I call it? And my cat got in water. Oh well. So yeah, you can see like the advantages of this weapon system. I like the vertical stabilizer. Seriously, how survivable are you? You should have been dead. Oh, I probably should go for your turn. I'm just have a nice time shooting it. Dumb cat. Forget it. Anyways, so we're gonna go now and just start designing a vertical stabilizer on just some random vehicle. I don't know which is gonna be given the vertical stabilizer. Something is. So, I will see you in just a moment. So the vehicle that inspired me to actually kind of go into more of this auto, or not auto, into this vertical stabilizer is the EX123. It's not really that special when it comes to the name. It's just some weird name. I just saved it because I was like, oh, look at it. Just yeah, it's just weird. And of course, if you're also from Reddit, you might have seen this vehicle. And this was just a quick test bed of what I'm going to probably have to make one of these days, or probably soon, probably next week. Is going to be the my what is it called again? Was I'm trying to remember the name. I just can't remember around vehicle. Multi-operational fighting vehicle, basically depends on one. Sometimes I can't even remember the name. It's a mouthful of the name. Okay, guys. Anyway, so basically the idea was testing out these arms, and yes, this was something that actually was built in real life, albeit just more stable with the gun actually in the center. But this is a test bed actually to understand how that works. And the vehicle that we know was designed with this was M50 M551 Sherman, I don't know how to say it. Ika or Eek. I have no idea how to spell it. It was basically a test bed to actually test like a 75 millimeter electric kinetic um system. I don't know, something weird. But this was just like, oh, look at this. This just feels so weird. And the gun just and like this was kind of the first like, oh wait, this is like a stabilizer. Like it is quite stable, and like I said, it's very quite stable. So of course this was basically the first idea of a stabilizer. I was like, oh cool, I should probably try to like put a stabilizer into a vehicle. So that was kind of the idea. And yeah, this was just a weird test idea which I actually liked and very excited about. And I actually love it when it points the gun completely up. It just doesn't make sense. Anyways, we're gonna get into the actual main part of the video, where we actually turn a vehicle from just being a boring, supposed to be a post-war vehicle with a stabilizer. Now, of course, there is something to know that the stabilizer will cost a lot of space, or not really a lot, but it will cost space because you gotta it's a turret basically. You gotta stick something into the turret, and the turret's gonna connect to the main turret, and this stabilizer is gonna take room up. So you will have to know that it's going to cost some space. So hopefully you have extra space. If not, you better be prepared to lose some space. So here we have the Super Blitz, and again, this is from the same reason I created the Blitzkrieg Panzer 2, and well, it's just okay. It's a nice giant MBT. It is very big for some reason. Well, it's actually heavier than the other one. But of course, this doesn't have that cool stabilizer as, let's be honest, we all really want to have. It's just a slow down, traditional gun movement. No one likes that type of thing. So we're going to be giving this thing its stabilizer. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of space to remove. We're prepared to lose some space. But then again, you kind of do lose a good amount of space when you take out the gun. So that's, and of course the reloader, because the loader is attached to the gun for some reason, but it's fine. Of course, okay, I don't know what to say, but let's get into the actual main section. So what we want to do is should say, hey, cool, and that cool piece of the gun, but one thing is I don't really want to double it, so move it here for now. We don't really care where it is, just somewhere. And then we want to say, we want to grab a piece of turret. So let's make sure we're connected. Touching the hole. You want to make sure that you're basically to the hole and not to the turret, because if you try to click on the generate turret, you will actually replace your entire turret. So you don't want to do that. So make sure you're of course attached, or you basically click on to the hole. And now we want to get another turret. So we got this. Do we want this? Probably just grab one of these, a cube. Now, you generally want to also place this onto a flat surface of your turret. Whether that's on the side of it here, but that's not really flat, it is slightly angled, or the top of the turret. Anywhere that's technically just a flat 90 or 0 degrees. And then you got at least the first stage, so there we go with this. And then we want to make sure we have like no space inside, because for now diameter goes down. Cube is a cube, we don't give a damn with the cube. And then we want to just squeeze it down much smaller, but this is going to be slightly different compared to all my other ones, just because we do have to fill this empty space up with like some type of cannon. Also, I have no idea why that piece is over there. Weird. So, and then of course we want to I think this time a bit smaller, and then we want to rotate it onto its side, because you can do that type of stuff, and it's fun when you do it. And of course, this is the first, like, not the first, but this is the very early steps. Let's place it into here. Uh, get this into, like, we want for now keep short, make sure this is accessible. So we want to kind of stick it out for a while before we actually shove it into the hole. We kind of want to make this a bit more even, a bit like there. And I kind of want to be pushing it a bit more this way. It's not fully connected or touching from this upper side. The thing is touching more from the lower side, but that's right there. We want to bring this out. Oh, the other way. You also have to kind of remember that this is all your control for these will be slightly somehow inverted in some way, so be prepared to make um, life slightly harder for yourself. And the next thing we want to do, just because I want to, now we want to take the gun. Now, unfortunately, when you place the gun, you're, you know, as you can see, if we will turn this thing off, it is not exactly straight. You can't turn the mantlet at all, so that's something we want to do. We can't do. So something that we do want to test, because I didn't really thought about this before. But let's go back to here. Now, if you take all faces and try to rotate, it will actually rotate each individual part, and not exactly the it won't take the actual, you know, it was actually all connected in one piece, unfortunately. But I want to see if we can do points. Well, points actually rotate. Nope. Uh, thanks, thanks, Oliver. I can't, sorry, I can't remember your name anymore, but thank you for this nice thing. Is that his fault too? No, is it? I don't know. So, yeah, now we can't use a mantlet, so we mainly want to try to get a different gun in there, so unfortunate. But because we can't use a mantlet, I kind of really would like to have a mantlet that actually fits there. So we're gonna go customize this one a bit, just because I want to. Let's see. We want to do one here. Then we're gonna have to go break this thing into like 3 parts. Split. And we want to go split. And then we want to say, cool, faces are cool. Just say, yeah, we're gonna build our own cool little mantlet design, just because we can. You don't have to do this type of step. You know, you can just simply bypass it. Just for me, I want to do it because it's my own vehicle and I really like the mantlet that we were using before. But unfortunately, we can't. I want to split up this section again. I want this little section up here. Give me that little section. Thank you. Split them up again. No, I want this part. And we want to go. There we go. And then we, of course, we have now this design of the mantlet. Probably have to redesign it, but it's fine how it is. Then what we want to do, what we want to actually also do is kind of just shift this entire thing without shifting um the turret ring. I want to shift this back. If I remember where it was. There we go. I don't know why you're pointing like that. Go here. There we go. Select all. Shift it into there. Okay, quite about like there. Now, what we're also going to do is add armor to this just because this is going to need armor, unfortunately, because if you don't put armor in there, it can actually have a better rotation, so as you can see right here. But unfortunately, we're going to need armor for this because, yeah, which also requires me to have another step. So what's the armor's value in here? It's about 350 millimeters of armor. Okay, cool. Which probably say I also probably put 350 millimeters of armor. And you might think that's more than, you know, what it says over here. That is something that is just generally part of the game for some reason. I don't know if it's just because I'm beta or not really beta, in the experimental version. But you can, you know, you can literally do this, like grab all these. I want to grab one of these at the moment. And this one. And say these gotta go to 350. Which unfortunately makes this slightly bit more heavier, but we can cope with how terrible it is. We want to like having about, yeah, I guess that would work. We can make the rest of the armor just completely terrible. Well, maybe the side armor can, we can shift it in actually. Take these, make these just 5, just in case. Hey, grab all these, grab all that. We want to grab that. We also want to grab the top one. And then we want to grab this one as well. Make those all 5. I might have to change some of these up, but it's fine. Just let all down. Shove this a bit more into the here, like that. So making sure that we don't really expose this section. And from here, it's going to be quite difficult. But let's just say we want to make these to a section a bit more armor, just because they will be exposed when the gun is elevated. So about like 20 millimeters armor will be fine. Not really, but at least the lower one should be a little bit more higher since the guns can be elevated more. Let's say like 60. Of course, now one thing we also want to do because, well, let me show you first before we actually get to the thing I want to show you. But so the next thing we want to do is, of course, add the mantlet. So we're going to need to add a new mantlet because that one didn't work. Let's change this one. We want to go there. Go to the performance. Nope. Huh, where's the way to change the ammunition or change the gun? Oh, here we go. Oh, attach this one first. Attach it to somewhere else. Go to here, and then we say, oh yeah, we want a new gun. We want the 140. What's HP stand for? high power, I don't know, Mark 1. And then this one, we can remove it because we don't need it anymore. Now we have, of course, something like this. And this looks good. We don't need, okay, we have something we don't need in this thing. And of course, you can also, probably should do the same. We don't need, any torque in the mantlet anymore. The gun mount does not need a torque at all. So that doesn't really matter. And we don't care that it's freaking 25 to 5.1. I know how bad my turret degrees are always been, but I don't give a damn today. Today is a great day. So let's get a little test. Oh, wait. We're overfilled in turret 1. Okay, that's not really that bad. We have plenty of space for it. Oops, damn, we don't care about that. And of course, we're gonna have like just bunch of issues. Turret 1's overfilling. Let's just name this, stabilizer, if I remember how to spell that. And yeah, stabilizer's overfill. Let's see how much space we need. Well, it is demanding a lot right now. Oh, it's demanding a lot of freaking space for it. Yeah, that is like a crew member and like the. Okay, so we want to make sure that we have enough space. Okay, so now somehow we have to just remove like 60 tons from this vehicle, or 60 amount of cubic space, or 0.60 actually, it's just 0.60, which it could be worse. Let's just say it. Which is of course very very upset. So that would also take something that I had to think about because what do we get rid of? Engine power. We don't give a damn about engine. How does this feel? It feels bad already. We can't remove fuel. Feels good. We have too much fuel. We have too much. 1,000 would be good enough since we don't have like super giant maps. Because I do like having fuel. It feels nice. Then we want to now go to the turret and say, okay, let's change your space to, oh, we have lots of space to share or to give back to the fuel. Because fuel's nice. Fuel, we love it. We love our good old American fuel. There you go. Now the turret rotation sucks as usual, but you can see already like how more mobile this is. Now we still skip a step, and that step is just adding um, stuff to it so it wouldn't do this type of thing. Yep, now the gun's completely on the other side of our vehicle. It looks weird, but it looks like it could shoot something weird from like this thing. Like some type of like plasma cannon. I don't know. So how do we fix that? It's not really too difficult. Um we just go to here and then go to the stabilizer. I'm going to change to this section, the I don't know. We want to make sure that we kind of do. We just know which side we're working on. Unfortunately, on this version, my vertical size, they're both on the opposite, so that sucks. So let's just say about, let's give it about like a 20, negative 20, aka 20, and then we want to give it about like a negative 10, see how this works. I knew this vehicle was going to have a negative 10 degrees. Not the best, but it works. So there we go. And I'm also going to raise up the commander, or not the commander, the viewpoint, just because it might be easier for myself to actually like, see what I'm looking at. Well, once we extend this. Nope. Ooh, big! Yes! Very, very tall. Oh, great. No, not too tall. Just that big. Now we can kind of see much more of the lower ground. Is there a way I can change how fast the turret rotates? It would be nice. Okay, no, I don't think I can. Okay, the turret rotation sucks. Very, very, very bad, but it's fine. So, yeah, of course, now this is kind of now the worth of what we just done to the entire mantlet. We replace it with something that is just going to become the stabilizer. And as you can see, the speed is 2 point. Is that wait? Actually, no, wait. Nah, that's not right. We can probably put like point 0.3. It's like we can't go higher than just 2000, unfortunately. Oops, that's 300. Yeah, it's only 2000. Anyway, so we took it. It was like I don't know some type of degrees, unfortunately, and we turned it into 2.6 degrees per second. And actually, the time to get the max speed is just zero point 0.3 seconds, which is quite fast. We're gonna save this as an experiment one because I don't really like. You should also do the same when doing this. You should save it as a different version because I don't really know if the new update, next update, the internal update will ruin this technique. This is something that is, of course, you know, you probably want to make sure you have your original design. Make sure you actually keep them both because if the internal update just strip destroys this, because it probably will, from what I'm guessing. I have no idea. It might. If it doesn't, there's like to a possibility it will, but if it doesn't, you got a free stabilizer, and of course now I gotta go design the entire internal section. Now, of course, uh, now it is very possible to make a vertical stabilizer, and that's kind of easy as well. When I think about it, which is going to be hilarious when we try, but it is going to be quite difficult to do it because, yeah. Well, I mean a horizontal stabilizer. Because the tank is always slow and already, it's quite slow. And yeah, I know the gun's like completely, the gun is completely offset. Uh, oh wait, the gun is literally offset. Oh, the gun is literally offset. Oh no. Oh no, I don't know how that happened. Oh wait, oh yeah, I know what that got to do. So you also, if you want to also counter that, you just turn these to 0. It will make sure that the gun cannot move at all, so it won't literally even turn a bit. I kind of forgot about that, and it's a weird something you might look at and just do it yourself. But yeah, of course, now the gun is much more stable. We don't have to worry about it shifting to the freaking left for some reason, making me confused. But yeah, it's a short video, but well, not really short when looking at the timer, but it's kind of short compared to all the videos I make. But yeah, let me know what I should do next, because of course now we have a vertical stabilizer on this vehicle, and of course it's very good. This also allows you to change your of course your vertical range, your vertical guidance from of course this vehicle has like 25, so, usually can, but like a negative 6 degrees, now we have a 20 to 10 degrees of firing, which is nice to know. So yeah, really fun. You can try this with your other vehicles. Until then, I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully I've come up with something much more well, something else also groundbreaking like this, basically. Until then, I'll see you guys for the next video, and peace.